Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War campaign, week 7, day 6, campaign 7, week 6, day 7, so, gotta write that time. So of course, today's Sunday, we'll go over all of the spoilers for the week. We have quite a few things, a little bit of a tamer week. Probably one of the most noteworthy things is it is finally possible to finish out the campaign pass, meaning we will technically have all the Nexus troops, though we are having another Nexus event the week after next week, so technically until that other week we won't, so still another like 8 days until we truly have everything that Nexus is going to have in the near future. Also keep in mind, even during that week, I am not sure the stuff will actually be an event key drop table. I don't think it is. Like things like King Haldor stuff, I'm pretty sure he won't. Like even like this week, obviously he's not. But even in 2 weeks from now, or 2 Mondays from now, I'm pretty sure he will not as well. However, we will finally be able to get him on the pass thingy. Anyways, let's go over all of the info for the week. Let's start from the official forum, where they probably have not bothered to post anything, but I will still check. It will not stop me. Them not posting it will not stop me looking. Okay, so we'll check the forums. Then we'll immediately go check the other thing, because I highly doubt they actually did it. Oh, did they actually remember? The Red Redemption. They actually did it an hour ago. Exactly on time. Interesting. Was not expecting that. So, as far as the Glory Troop tomorrow, we got a blue-purple 12 manacles. Ends up converting all brown gems to skulls. Oh, it has empowered. We got a third one of these. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, that's good. And then Curse and Death Marks, all dwarves. That's bad. It was good. That's still usable, though. That's interesting. That first part was good. The second part was very bad. Like, when are you ever fighting a dwarf team? Or even a dwarf hero class, for that matter? Because normally people use other tanky hero classes. Dwarf's like one of the less used ones of all the barrier on brown ones. But, interesting. So we have 2 troops that are already kind of like this, except better, though this does convert a different color. So the most noteworthy thing about this is that it is in power. Meaning that there are 2 other troops that are also basically this troop. They are specifically these 2 over here. There's Apophysis, which has empower into convert green to skulls, which gives life to first ally. And then there is whatever on earth the other one's called. It's like Shade of something. Or Fist of Zorn. So Fist of Zorn does the same thing. Empower into convert yellows to skulls and gives attack to the first ally. So one of them does life, one of them does attack, and this other one does nothing. Because if you're up against 0 dwarves, it has no secondary effect. However, it is converting a pretty useful color, brown. So it has that going for it. However, compared to the other 2, it's basically doing nothing in like 99% of situations, unless you're up against like a pure dwarf team somehow, which is exceedingly rare, of course. So a little bit weird in that regard. However, empowered skulls are okay. They're very situational. Normally you go for other better skull spammers. However, it has some very first turn potential, and theoretically you could do 3 different ones at the start now, into like hero or something. I'm not sure if that's really advised to do, but it can be done, now that there are 3 of them now. And I'm pretty sure every color will eventually get one. Of the 3, I'm pretty sure this is the weakest of the 3, but it is still one of them, so it might have some usability here and there. It's not going to be like super ultra used, but it's a utility troop to kind of keep an eye on, as occasionally it will get some use, so very, very exceedingly rarely. Anyways, as far as the world event, hopefully the scoring is very straightforward. I highly doubt it. There are 6 battles that the players can encounter during the event. The Dark Smith, the Deep Golem, the Nair Mel, the Great Worm, the Sledge Paw, and the Nocturnia. The battles are randomly chosen, which means you're just going to not do Dark Smith, and that's all you need to know. Just don't do Dark Smith, and you're doing the correct room. There we go. Easy as that. That was quick. Okay, so it's a nice straightforward one this week. Because whenever it's just the same thing all over and over again, eventually you're going to be stuck with just a billion Dark Smiths, or, you know, whatever the lowest one is. So as long as you don't take Dark Smith, you're taking the correct room then. So this one's kind of straightforward then. The only other ones you might want to consider are the scoring that Heil Mel is the 3rd worst, Deep Golem is the 2nd worst, and then Dark Smith is the absolute worst. However, as long as you remember that Dark Smith is the absolute worst, that's all you really need, because eventually they're all going to be Dark Smiths with how this one will be selecting mode. So just don't take Dark Smith and you're taking the correct room, unless all of them are Dark Smith, in which case you're forced to have to take Dark Smith. But okay, that's pretty straightforward then. Anyways, so in other news, we do have more. So As far as other things that we got going on this week, it's definitely a bit of a tamer week compared to this week. That's for sure, you know, the most recent week. We have a, where is it? We have a faction for... Wait, that's not correct. Oh, that's the current one. I was like, wait, that's not correct. We have a faction for Dugoroff. Dugoroff, why do I forget what faction that is? Isn't that one of the newer ones? Why can I not remember? Wait, what is the kingdom? We were literally on the page and I already forgot what the kingdom was. Oh, it's Karkaroff. Okay, that's why. Yeah, it's a Karkaroff event. Okay, makes sense. Then we end up having a class event, of course, then, for the Sorcerer, which is the Karkaroff Hero class. On Wednesday, we end up getting the... I think this is a new one? No, that's just the Islet. I didn't even see it. But yeah, Islet's just the Mystic bonus, which that new troop actually does count as a Mystic. Mystics don't get used too often, though, due to their lack of half-mana start and not too many synergies. There's some few really good Mythic Mystics, but I don't necessarily have synergy together. And then on Friday, we just kind of have a standard invasion event. And we do have a special pet this weekend, though. The Shelf on the Elf. This is the 2020 Christmas pet, and we're getting the 2021 this weekend, and the 2021 one, I believe, is 2 Wednesdays from now. Let me actually type in pet. So if I type in pet, let's see. When do we get the... No, Barkley is the one from earlier. There it is, the Greedy Gift. We get that on the 22nd, is the 2021 one. But the one from last year is this Saturday. And the 2021 one is on this 22nd. Okay. So they're like 2 weeks away from each other or so. Yeah, definitely make sure to pick that up. And that's pretty much everything that we got going on. One thing that doesn't mention that we still have going on too is the Kingdom Pass, regardless if you're on free side or paid side, will be fully completable by Thursday. Of course, if you miss some crowns, it might take a little bit longer than that, though you do have 10 days of leeway, which is 100 crowns of leeway. So there's quite a bit of leeway. So you should just still be able to get it, even if you miss quite a few of them. As long as you're not, like, just starting it now. And even then, you can still just bypass it with a little bit of gems and probably still get to the end. But as long as you have, like, some, like, 1/3 or so completed, I'm pretty sure you can still reach by the end of it. But this Thursday is the earliest you can have it if you did not buy any of the gems, which I don't think still even works. This purchase is not available right now. Check back later. Yeah, it doesn't even work, so the only way to go buy further is money. So hopefully they'll change that before the end of this, because that'd be kind of bad if they don't. We should be getting a patch in another week or two. Actually, that's something else I forgot to mention. There is a possibility this Tuesday is a patch. It's very unlikely. I know, this is 2021. That's why I said. This weekend we're getting to 2021, and next... Well, that's kind of confusing, because I'm saying 2021 when I mean the 2021. But... because I mean 2021 and then 2021. They're two different things. But in speech, it sounds completely different. So, I mean, this weekend, we're getting the one from 2020, and then end sentence, and then the 2021, as in 2021, is on this 22nd. Okay, there we go. But yeah, if I say, like, this weekend, we're getting to 2021, that's confusing because it's the 2020, but I'm referring to it as the 2020 pet, not the 2021. Anyways, English. Wonderful language. Very confusing. But yes, 2020 is this weekend, 2021 is 22nd. There you go. Anyways, so where were we? So yeah, that's everything. Anyways, so, that's all the spoilers, right? Yeah, it's a pretty tame week. Just mostly the pet on Saturday, and the fact that we can get the campaign thing done. Which I will be going over that legend probably this Thursday then. Because he's actually somewhat relevant, mostly for Weaver builds and stuff. Anyways, so, now that confusing speech is over, I guess we go for crowns, because of course the weekend event we got going on, or have going on, is the Umbral Disc. As far as Umbral Disc is concerned, we already finished this. We did Pure Faction last night, got everything we needed from it, but if you haven't already, do keep in mind you only have about 6 hours left, so definitely make sure to complete it out. Pretty sure everything on World event we ended up getting done. Oh wait, do we have Guild Wars? No, we don't have Guild Wars next week. Oh gosh, the other following week that we have like everything going on is going to be a Guild War week. That's unfortunate. Oh, I never did claim the last reward. I didn't think I did. Come on, power. That is not a power or a blue or a purple or anything of use. Unfortunate. Anyways, I guess we'll just go farm some crowns then. Farm some crowns, clear out daily, and then just do token farming and go from there. Anyways, I'll also do it instead of Mirage. Get out to the good old Dust Devils. Dust off the Dust Devils. And should be good to go. Also, hello everyone, by the way. Hello, Defiance. Hello, Bill. Hello, Mister. Hello, Barbara. Hello, Andrew. Hello, Hung. Hello, Inflame. Has anyone done the Pure faction for the Kingdom? Yes, we ended up running it with one of the tank, two of the Nexus, lifesteal thing, whatever, I forget his name, and one of the Legend. However, I believe it's better to run two of the lifesteal with two of the Summoner, or running just literally four of the lifesteal guy, because he can literally just solo the faction. He's just that good, especially if you're running with potions. Hello Andrew, hello Nightmare, hello Cookie, hello Tyrion, hello Ricardo, hello Sushi Ninja, hello Tony, hello Gadget, hello Mister, hello, who have I said hello to? Hello, hello Analyst. The Nexus is showing that collecting 16 troops is possible. It should be? No, we're still missing 2 of the troops. Why is it showing 16? Because this is everything that's doable right now. If we go to Nexus and then go to the other thing. I don't think it's 16 yet. I think it's 14, isn't it? Maybe I lost track of numbers. Let's see. There's 8, 16, 17. Never mind. There's 17 that's currently available. Okay, I definitely lost track. But yeah, 17 troops are currently available for the Kingdom. Realistically, if you're free to play, you are currently missing Waterborn Priestess, which you get soon. The Lovers, King Haldor, and there's one more. What was the other one? Isn't there another one? No, you would have Stoneborn Lion by now. So you'd only be missing 3 if you were free to play right now. You'd be missing King Haldor, which is not available until months from now for free to play. The Lovers, which is not available until months from now for free to play. And Waterborn Priestess, which will be available in like another few days if you haven't gotten it from the pass already. Because it is on the free side. 1 copy is. Not enough to get it max, but 1 copy. But yeah, those would be the only 3 you're likely missing then. Because free to play has Stoneborn Lion now. Maybe not max, but you have a copy of it. So the only things you'd really be missing then after next week are the Lovers and Haldor. I'll have both of them though, because we've got it from the pass, or we are going to next week. I believe we get this on Monday or Tuesday, and this we get on Thursday. Yeah, those should be the only ones you're missing. But yeah, that does mean there's 17 available troops that you can have currently, if you like mass bought the pass and bought into the money side. Though after next week, if you bought into the money side, you will have every single troop currently maxed within Nexus, most likely. Anyways, so let's keep grinding. But free to play, you would be missing 3 right now, and 2 by the end of next week, which means you'd have 15 out of 17 then. So yes, you wouldn't have 16 then in that case. Let's see. Oh, so hello Peter, hello Jamie, hello Chris, who have I said hello to? Hello Isabel, also you said something. Let's see. Oh, did I not do gold to the guild this week? Oops, my bad. If I forget to do it on Monday, I like always forget to do it. Because I either do it immediately on Monday or I forget to do it the entire week. Whoops. Whoops. Because my gold number kind of looked normal because we had a faction which lowered down my gold. Yeah, let's go donate gold. Have I still not done it? Haven't claimed the seals either, though in all fairness, I like never claim my seals. Yep, we forgot to donate gold, Phil. Here we go, guild, have 2 million. Let's see what we get out of it. Whoops. Oh, we got a Moloch. And a bunch of other junk. Actually, not really that junky. Some keys, some glory. And a Moloch that we have 1 billion copies of. If anything, the Moloch's the junkiest thing there. In theory. But yeah, if I don't do that on Monday, I always forget to do it for the entire week. Because I just assume I did it on Monday. And sometimes I can't do it on Monday because I try to do it Monday morning, and then everyone Monday morning's trying to donate, and then it keeps giving an error message like, oh, you can't donate right now. Then I go record the video, then I go sleep, and then I forget about it. And then it never gets donated. That's pretty much what happens sometimes. That is the cycle of a Monday donation. I just completely forget if I don't do it like immediately. And sometimes the game won't let you do it immediately. Yes, you only get 1 copy of Haldor. However, you could just use a small blue on it, and then boom, there you go. That's not too big a deal. If you're playing free-to-play, you have to use a major blue on Stoneborn Lion and a major blue on the water thingy that you get next week. However, the paid side gets all of them maxed, except for Haldor, in which case you have to throw a small blue at the Haldor. But paid side, or free side, if you want to get it maxed immediately, after you get the single copy, you would have to do 2 major blues. Not sure if that's worth it. You might just want to hold off until you can mass get them through event keys, which should be a while from now, because I'm pretty sure the event 2 weeks from now, you cannot get them in event keys. But I'll make sure to confirm it for the Monday video. But I'm pretty sure Healdor and the 3 like money ones, like Healdor, Stoneborn Lion, and that one mermaid thing. I'm pretty sure those 3 will not be an event key drop table 2 weeks from now. They likely still won't be, because it's still the duration of the event. But you never know. That would be the first possible time if they are available then, but I'm pretty sure they're not available until the Nexus event after the next Nexus event. Meaning they wouldn't be in that drop table. The Mythic would be, though, if you don't pick it up this week. You can still get the... Oh, yeah, that reminds me. Reminder, if you want to go get the new Mythic and event key drop table, she is still around for like 6 more hours. Otherwise, you'll have to wait till 2 Mondays from now. Aside from that, you can still get her in Glory Gem Guild and VIP chest next week like you normally would with a new Mythic on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But on Friday reset, she will not be in drop table anymore. Or at least not the only thing in drop table anyways. Theoretically, she should still be in drop table. The chance of getting her would just be so absurdly low because how many Mythics there are. Let's see. Oh, what was your question on the Pure faction? Did I miss your question? When did you level... Or when you did level 500 Pure faction... you had Steel 100 life. The highest you can do... Oh, because we had 1 billion potions. Oh, our base stats might also be higher? But yeah, we had 50% extra stats off of the... Or 50% extra off the upgrade of the kingdom. Because we had that at level 15. So that might be one that you might not have. Maybe you might only have it at level 10 or something. But we had that from level 15, which gives 50% extra horde bonus. We had a 156 horde, which is basically the same thing as 155, because I think 156 just gives HP. And we have high stats, the highest in the game, with everything maxed. And it shouldn't be that big of a difference. Like, even if you didn't have the horde bonus, that's only like an extra 9, 10 magic, I think. Somewhere's around there. Maybe not even that much. So it shouldn't be like a 40 difference. Oh, we're also using metals, Nisha metals. I believe we were doing 20% into 2 Nishas, which means we were getting 8 from 2 Nishas then. So if we add all those up, that might be the difference then. Because we had 8 from 2 Nishas. We had the 50%, so if you didn't have that, that's at least another 8, so that's like 16 right there. We have like every single stat in the game, which might end up being like an extra 10 or so. Maybe even 15. So if you add all those together, that would make about a 30-something difference. That might be where it's all coming from. There's a lot of like small bonuses that make it up. Oh, you do have level 15. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure why the difference is that big then. We do have the highest possible stats in the entire game right now. Or, you know, tied at it. Well, pretty much. There might be some people that have level 20 kingdoms by now. I highly doubt it, though. They're definitely outliers rather than the norm, though. Because, gosh, is it super ridiculously hard to have a level 20 kingdom in the current state of the game. Though someone does. There has been enough resources that you can theoretically have a level 20 kingdom. Just pretty sure most people haven't bothered yet. But I'm not sure where the rest of the stats would have came from then. Because it would make sense for like 10 or 20 higher or so. But it shouldn't be like a 40 difference. Guild bonus? I'm pretty sure most late game people have like, guild bonus. Also, it's only like 8 magic, isn't it? It's like 2 separate 4 magics or something. It's not that much. All those little small stats do add up to be a lot. Like, here's the full breakdown of the stats we're getting. Like when we were using the team earlier. I still have the team saved, I think. Like, this is all of our bonus breakdowns. We're getting 24 magic off of kingdoms. 4 off of guild. Oh yeah, it's 2 2s. Is how much you get from guild, not 4 4s. I mean 2 4s. It's 2 2s, not 2 4s. But we have 24 from kingdoms. 4 from guild. 1 from renown. Unless they had a lot more kingdoms, it's actually not possible to reach 2. Because that's max for renown right now. Is how many stats you'd have. 4 attack, 1 magic, 8 8. We have 2 from the pet, which I think could be even higher if we maxed it, though I'm deliberately not maxing it. And we have 8 from metals. And we have 4 from the talisman. So that's all the magic we had. And that was with a level 15 kingdom for the 50% extra with a 155 horde. And also we bought 7 potions, which means we were getting 49 bonus. Which might have been where some of the difference was. Because we had 49 extra magic from potions, which obviously doesn't show up right here. We can also add a plus 49 to all these. But yeah, that's all the bonuses we had for it. Anyways. Let's keep trying to get these crowns. I think we need another 6. No, I need another 5. Wait, do I already have them all? No, I need another 5. I was gonna say, there's no way we got them all. There's almost no way we would have gotten 10 by now. Not even our quickest day would have done it that quick. But yeah, that makes sense. We still need another 5. You can tell because even though we're at a 0 right now, it's only showing we got 1 reward. So we know we still have the other one to do. Because I make sure to not claim them until I have both, because it's really easy to track how many you've gotten on a given day, because I currently don't have a proper tracker in the game. Was there still a kingdom that does not have a delve yet? Yes, Broken Spire. Broken Spire is the only kingdom that does not have a delve, and I believe that is the case because of lore reasons. I'm not sure if it is getting a delve anytime soon, but there's a lore reason why they would want to have it be last, which is why it's last. This game does have some small amount of lore. And what small amount they have, they shall utilize. But Broken Spire is deliberately going to be the last faction. So if they're planning on adding more kingdoms, we might not even get one for Broken Spire for a little while. Because they might want it to be like the definitive last, so they might add it soon. Regardless. Because it's kind of at this point, like in the current state of the game, it's the last one to be added. Though, of course, if they're planning on adding more kingdoms, not quite the case. But they're obviously at some point going to add more kingdoms, even if they do a Broken Spire event for it. Oh yeah, the pet wasn't active when I did Pure Faction. I didn't even have any copies of the pet. So my magic actually would have been 2 lower because of that. Theoretically, 3 or 4 lower. Because you can actually max out the pet too. I'm deliberately not maxing it though. If you already have, it's not that big a deal. However, Moist Owlette and that one new Bark Troop that gives like green mastery, though mostly Moist Owlette, you can get offers for it on your middle task. And I want to deliberately not max it out so I can try to get some offers for the Moist Owlettes. Because that's a pretty good pet. I just didn't want to spend like a super high amount of gems on it, but if we find it off those middle tasks, I don't mind as much. So I'm deliberately not upgrading it yet. I forget when you need the first level 20 pet though. I cannot remember what level you need for it. But at that point we'd start seeing Moist Owlettes on our middle thingy. And then we can get them for half price compared to buying it during an event. Because if you mass buy them from a from your middle objective, or you know, when you have your daily offers, rather than getting them when you see an event for it, it is basically 50% cheaper. Which is pretty nice. It is eating up some of your middle objectives, but on a given day your middle objective is probably not anything useful anyways. Is it 12? That sounds about right. I know it's like somewhere slightly above 10, I'm pretty sure. I just never remember where the first one is. I believe double was like 22 or something, 23 or 21, somewhere around there. Like they're both slightly above their number. Like needing the first 20 I think is slightly above 10, and needing the second 20 is somewhere above 20. Slightly above 20. I was about to go check something, completely forgot what it was now. Oh yeah, I want to see what my daily offers were. We got a Useless Steed. Oh, Legion Key Booster for 300 is actually pretty good value. I've been consuming some event keys lately. I might actually get it. We have like a billion gem. Oops, that's not where I wanted to go. The only reason I'm getting this right now is this 25%. This is actually always worth it, even at full price though, if you need event keys. However, I don't necessarily need event keys. However, I have been eating some of them recently. So you know what? We'll go do that. However, that is 100% always worth it every time you see it, pretty much, if you still need event keys. We're kind of just at the point where we don't, but for 25% off, I'll go for it. It's a pretty good offer. It actually has the highest overall value gain of any offer in the entire game. If you're comparing it to how much it would cost if you spent the actual gems to get it. Out of things that you actually can use gems for. Because some of them you can't, like the deeds. Deeds technically have no exact gem value because there is no way to actually get them with, or you know, there's no way to mass buy them in that sense. But these you can. And compared to their mass buy value, it is way cheaper getting it off the offer every time you see it. So if you're at the point where you still need gem keys and event keys, the Legion Booster is pretty much always worth it. Because it's better to buy the Legion Booster than it is to buy the individual keys when you have to do them like 50 at a time. Because it still comes out cheaper doing it off the Legion Booster. Assuming you need both gem keys and event keys. Anyways, so we still need one more, right? Yes, or technically 5 more. Or, you know, 1 more whole category. 1 more tier. Question. You need a mythic to upgrade Sword's Edge. They're both bad. Do you craft Champion of Guard or wait to craft Champion of Anu? That depends if you're trying to luck for something else right now. If you're currently trying to hunt for something else, like, you know, any other mythic that you need for something, I'd probably wait and try going for that. However, if you barely have anything left to get, you could end up going for one of them. However, the fact that you're missing both, you might just want to wait until a Sword's Edge event and throw event keys at it. Because that way, if you throw event keys at it, you're guaranteed going to, regardless of which mythic you get, you're guaranteed going to get one that you don't have. So I would just wait, save the diamonds for something better, unless you've already gotten all the better things, and just use event keys to get it. Because if you're at a point where you're missing both mythics from a location, it is technically better to get the second mythic from a location you already have one mythic from, than it is to get a single mythic from a kingdom with diamonds. Unless it's a really good one. And the main reason for this is event keys. When you open up event keys, it's going to randomly be one or the other, or if there's a 3, one of the 3. However, if you're missing every mythic from the kingdom, every drop you get, or at least your first drop anyways, will guarantee be one that is not a repeat. So if you don't mind not having the stats for a while, I would just wait till Sword's Edge, use event keys then, and then save the diamonds to get the second mythic from a kingdom. Or an actual good one if you're still missing any good ones. As more of a long-term strategy, short-term is better just to get one of the things. But for long-term resource value, it is better to just event key for if you're missing both. And that's applicable to every kingdom in the game. Like, diamonds you want to go use to get all the good troops, but if you're already at the point where you have all the good ones, it is actually better to use it to get the second one from kingdoms rather than getting your first from a given kingdom in many situations. Just because of how event keys work. Which is something I normally don't do because we have every mythic instantly. However, that is a strategy for it that you never see me doing because we just always have every mythic. Every single mythic that has ever come out we've had within the first few days. And the only reason it has sometimes not been the first day was because it was like on vacation or something similar. But every mythic we've gotten within the first week it released. But there is strategy for accumulating them all. Let's see what to get over. You hope to be able to download the game again this week? Oh wait, you weren't able... Did something bad happen with it? What happened? Oh no. Also, for whatever reason, when I was starting to stream, the servers would not let me on. I tried like 5 times in a row and it kept saying the servers were down. But luckily the 6th time it just magically worked. It's one of the reasons why we're a few minutes later. I just kept spamming and just didn't let me in. Alright, first level 20 pet is at 12. Okay, thank you. I didn't know for sure. Now we know. Oh, that means we're actually going to need it soon because I believe Nexus becomes 11 or 12 star on 2 Mondays from now. Not tomorrow Monday, but next week's Monday. I believe it becomes 11 or 12 star. Whatever it is, we shall have it. Because I don't think I'll be missing anything by then. As long as we blue orb... well, I might be missing the pet. But I'll be missing the pet deliberately if we are. It's like a deliberate miss. But the rest of the stuff we could have. Isn't there a new weapon coming this week? Oh yeah, I forgot to show it, didn't I? This Friday with the invasion, there is, yes. I forgot to mention it. Thank you for reminding me. But yeah, we do have a new weapon coming out on Friday through the invasion event. It does the following. It deals, explodes magic +1 purple gems. Choose a, or grant a random status effect to all undead allies. And then summons an undead troop. So basically we have the undead version of the explodey weapon. So pretty standard. Nothing really special here. What color is it? It's a blue-brown that explodes all purple. Yeah, standard explodey weapon, just for undead. We have like 1 billion of those now. And obviously every typing will eventually have them. But yeah, that one's just for undead then. Yep, standard explodey. They've been adding a lot of that type. It's a really good type too. They probably saw like data numbers for like usage of weapons, and they're like, wow, this weapon's being used a lot, because the Mountain Crusher at the time was like one of the only ones that kind of did it. And then slowly over time we got like Essence of Evil, and then Mirror of Reflection, and then like a billion variants of the explodey ones like that. And now we have like 20 something explodey weapons. Because they probably saw data and it's like, oh, all these people are using a stone hammer, we should go add more stone hammers. And then they did with Essence of Evil and Reflection, and they're like, oh, everyone's using these weapons like crazy, we should go add more. And then they added more. And now eventually every typing will have one. But yeah, definitely worth picking up. It's not one of the better ones, but the typing of weapon is really good. So that alone is enough to make it worthwhile. Technically every weapon is worthwhile, just in the sense that it is a weapon. For kingdom upgrading purposes. Hey, what's it associated to? Is it from Nexus? I don't think it is, because it's undead. It should be somewhere else. It's associated to Kedar. That makes sense. It's a Kedar event week. Oh, that's kind of weird though, because the Friday thing isn't always necessarily associated to the kingdom. But this time around it is. Why is Sister Superior first in this team? Because she has less of a delay. Greed gives you more gold, but he does an explosion at start of battle that wastes about 1 second on average. So you're trading out like 1 second for some extra gold, which might be worth it. We used to do it, but now we just use Sister Superior. She doesn't have an explode or anything really annoying at the beginning. She's not the most optimal thing, however the most optimal thing currently doesn't exist. One thing that slows her down by like a millisecond or so, like half a millisecond, is Revered. Because you have to wait like an ever so small amount of time for Revere to trigger at the beginning of battle. This is much quicker than how much you have to wait for something like the Explode off of Greed. However, it is still some amount of time, more than 0. So technically, she will eventually be replaced by an Empower that does nothing. We need an Empower that does no board control, that does not have any trait other than Empower that would trigger at the start of battle. That's the only thing that would be quicker than her. Unfortunately, such a thing does not exist. Luckily, she only has 1 that triggers and not 2, because the bounty thing doesn't take time to trigger. But we need one that only has 1, and that one being empowered, of course. Because obviously the whole point is that it has Empower, because we need Empower to cast it. Three troops short. I think it's that Friday when we get the bounty troop, I'm not mistaken. Wait, 3 troops short of what? From the kingdom? Wait, did we get a bounty troop from it yet? I don't think we have. Oh yeah, aren't we getting 3 more for Nexus then? I know we're getting at least 2 on that 1 week. Maybe it was 3 and I didn't realize it. Because I forgot, we haven't gotten a bounty troop yet for Nexus, have we? Oh, so I don't think we got a raid boss killer yet. We got the one for invasions, but we haven't gotten a raid boss version. Oh, I wonder if this next invasion is actually going to be related to it. Probably not, because it's undead. We got an undead weapon. So it's probably an undead invasions. Which it probably even tells us on this one screen. Because I don't think we had an elemental invasions yet, have we? For the event. And we might not have one, because we're having a different invasion this weekend. Because I'm pretty sure it is undead. Invasion... Yep, undead. Which makes sense, is undead weapon. So it makes sense that we'd get an undead event. Because we got that one tower killing thing for Nexus, that one elemental one. But it had no invasion event to go with it. Yeah, no problem, your friend Nick. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, that's why we're running her. It just saves a little bit of time. If you want more gold, you go Greed. But if our only goal is like get the crowns as quickly as possible or farm Volkeys as quickly as possible, you would normally go her. Also, gosh, elhay, go now. Our server is having degraded performance. It doesn't have the icon. I was doing that a lot on Friday. Monday and Friday this week got hit hard, especially Friday. Mostly because we had a new faction and a new mythic, so a lot of people were on for both. I'm actually surprised we had such minimal lag during the mythic video last Friday. Which is still available for the next 4 days. Though today's the last day to get it off of event keys until 2 weeks from now. It's like 5 hours left. Also, we should almost have all the copies by now, I'm pretty sure. You were using Mang, Zugoff, Thrall, and Leprechaun for the faction. That sounds pretty good. You just throw down Mang and then you just basically win with Zugoff then. And use it for your higher damage. Because that with triple damage should be enough to kill everything. The only problem is if they have immune to burn. Hiking Iron Gut with Cauldron, that's kind of funny. That's something I haven't bothered doing. Mostly because Cauldron takes so much to get up. But yes, you can get a Hiking Iron Gut almost instantly to 1,000 attack by doing that. You can also just mana loop him and get him that way. Get him there as well. Because we were still hitting 1,000 attack on him during the later battles, from like 400 to 500. Like just his normal Devour was pretty much hitting 1,000 by default. From the stats that it steals from everyone. Combined with potions and everything. I've also seen double Iron Gut builds before. There's also an alternative to Cauldron. I don't ever really bother with it though, compared to like running a Zugoff, assuming we can use it in there. But double Iron Gut is a thing. At least for factions anyways. I personally don't run it though. Yeah, Cauldron's actually a pretty strong weapon. I feel like I don't use it that often. The biggest issue with Cauldron is more so what it does, or the typing of what it does. Generally, anything that boosts stats is kind of bad in the current state of the game and has been for a couple years now. Actually, for quite some time. Like Emperina, what back in the day used to be one of the best troops in the game. But because it's just something that buffs stats and doesn't really do much else beyond that, it's like almost never used. But that's the big issue that Cauldron has. Like, it's a really insanely good buff. But pretty much anything that increases stats is kind of bad unless it's doing board control. At least in the current state of the game. Mostly because there's so much loop potential in the current state of the game. That anything that isn't doing any amount of loop tends to be towards the worst side, unless it's like a mythic that does something like absolutely insane and then ends its turn. But there's just so much extra turn potential in a lot of things that you don't tend to use things that auto end your turn anymore, especially if it's just for stats. Though the meta might eventually shift. There might still be a balance patch coming this month. We don't really know, but we'll find out. I'm not sure if they did any beta testing for next patch. I haven't bothered with it for like 2 years now, the beta tests. But even if they do, and there is rebalance coming, they never normally show the beta people the rebalance. I know in the past they didn't used to, and I'm pretty sure they still don't. You've been meaning to do some gold farming when we have all these wild cards. See it's significantly faster or not. It'd be slightly faster. I feel like it would have been fastest with potions. Well, wild cards would definitely help it, if nothing else. Yeah, potions overall were better than wild cards. Wild cards are still good, though. But potions were stronger. Also, Flask is insane compared to that one weapon. Actually, some people should be getting that weapon tomorrow, then. If you bought normal pass and not the ultra expensive one, you actually get wild, whatever it's called. Okay, did I get my second reward yet? I think I did. Yeah, we did. Okay, we just been farming for no reason. Okay. Whoops. There we go. But yeah, I believe, or not believe, next week for sure, anyone who bought normal size pass has wild orb tomorrow. You were supposed to have it on Monday this week. However, of course, we were 3 points short because of the problem they had, where we have 59 out of 60 tasks, and they weren't able to resolve it. We'll be getting that compensation on Monday, hopefully with another 50 gems, because we already got like 250 gems from it for 100 total, so hopefully I'll do it one more time. But anyways, yeah, Wild Orb, which was supposed to be this most recent Monday, anyone who bought normal pass gets it tomorrow, now that that will be fixed and we'll have a bunch more points. And it's kind of underwhelming compared to Flask. Like, there's almost no reason to use this, to create 3 to 8 wild cards of various multipliers. But that comes out to tomorrow for a lot of people. But it's pretty underwhelming compared to Flask from the previous season. And then of course we have the card and the mythic. I love the art for this thing. The ability is kind of underwhelming though. Deal some damage, standard AoE to all enemies, then creates 3 4x wild cards. It's not even 4 4x wild cards either. And his final trait isn't anything good. Gain 10 life when an enemy casts a spell. which over the course of the battle is going to do like, what, 30 to 50 life on average? He doesn't even have Submerge. Honestly, that with Submerge could be kind of interesting. Like, imagine having Stealthy Submerge. Like, Submerge after an enemy casts a spell or something. Like, Submerge when an enemy casts a spell with gain, like, 25 life when an enemy casts a spell. And then, Stealthy. That would be one of the funniest things ever. Though also kind of broken. Stealthy, Submerge when enemy casts, and like 25 life when an enemy casts a spell. That'd be a really hilarious troop that will never get added. Like, that's a Submerge troop I could see being actually good. It might actually make like Submerge's meta, if that was to ever exist. Anyways, let's go clear out these other things. I don't really have gems today as far as good things to take here. Never want to pass up on gems. Even the common one that only gives 10 is still pretty good, relative to the amount of time it takes to claim them all. Explore difficulty should have no effect on crowns. That is correct. If you're getting better luck, I'm pretty sure it's just coincidence. Because to my understanding, difficulty doesn't have any effect on crowns. It's similar to gnomes, where all it cares about is how many battles you cycle through. I almost keep forgetting Facebook even exists. I can't even remember the last time I used Facebook. Which is kind of funny because that social that we have on Facebook for that little bit of time has like more followers than the Twitter one that we also never use. But I haven't used Facebook in like 3 to 4 years. Unless I made a random post related to the channel, in which case I did that. I was never a big fan of Facebook. I'm not a fan of any social media. Now, out of any of them, I feel like I use Twitter the most if I use any. Right, there we go. Always make sure to grab the 50 gems off of that every single day. Or every single Sunday, I mean. You could technically do it every single day as well. But Sunday's the really good value day for it. Ah, there we go. I think that is all the things then. Unless we want to go do our battles for this place. Which in case, no. So look at how high leaderboard is. 15 million, 11 million. Fighting another 11 million, 8 millions. 5 millions down the line. 4 millions. And here we are sitting at not even 2 million. That is a deeply contested leaderboard. Interesting. It's a little overkill too. Like, even if you did full completion, you'd have around 2.5 million. So like everyone who went like super higher, they like way overbought the faction. Because even if you did absolutely every room fully completed and then use all those sigils that you got from it, you're going to be roughly 2.5 million or so. And the average person on leaderboard is like 1.5 million over that. Anyways, let's go farm probably some Golvania then. Where did it go? Where did it go? Oh, it does, at the top. Like looking at the bottom as if it's actually gonna show up there. If I could figure out where on earth it is. I need to clean this up. Like, it keeps moving further and further down. Because I keep putting everything for the videos down there. And then it just keeps shifting everything downwards, which is kind of annoying. Oh, so hello, Grizzle! Welcome! Let's see. You can't still play for any longer than 10 minutes on PlayStation 4. Why is that? Then it says there's a problem connecting to servers. I had that issue earlier, right at the beginning of the stream. On PC for whatever reason. It did it like 5 times until it let me in. saying that I couldn't connect to servers. I've never seen it happen during gameplay, though. At least not anytime recently, anyways. Like, it was like a year or two ago last time I've seen it in gameplay. But I did see it at the beginning of the stream before we started, trying to get into the game. Which is actually weird, because that's the first time I've seen that in quite some time. It could have just been something with my connection, possibly. Though everything else was working fine, connection-wise. Because other people in chat were saying that there was no connection problems at the beginning of the stream when I couldn't get in. But that was before the stream started. Let's see, we'll take that down. Grab Explosion. Don't you dare die to that death mark, or to a skull, or to anything. And there we go. Oh, so we haven't gotten any super good tokens this weekend. I think we got like one Anu. And that is it so far. Which is better than nothing. But obviously we want some niches. Though we haven't been farming that much. I think this week we farmed like 2 to 3 hours total. Which honestly 3 hours in a week tends to be my average these days. Probably should grind a little bit more than that. Like, I find this fun. I just don't find it fun for, like, super long durations. Trying to do, Explore 12. Like, half an hour to an hour is, like, how much time I would give it in a day. Hey! Okay, I'm happy now. Okay, I'm happy. Let's go ahead to the code. Anyways, in other news, I am now happy. We have found the thing. I was just talking about the thing, and we have now found the thing. Let's go hand it a code. Let's see. That is the thing I was referring to. Right on timing. Oh, I accidentally typed in the word V instead of copy. Or I should say paste, I mean. I hate when I do that. When your finger like slips and instead of doing copy or paste, you put like a C or a V. And then it's like, whoops. Let's see. What's even worse is when you click enter like immediately after and then you just type the word C or V instead of copy or paste. Particularly paste. Also, why is it not pasting? I literally just put, there it goes. There's the redeem code used on gemsawar.com for the game code section. Your invite code can be found in your settings menu. Whatever your game says in the bottom left corner settings, where you put in. Redeem code's right over there in chat. Just copy paste random numbers and letters starting with M4. And it gives the same rewards as always: 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,000 hours of gold. Enjoy, everyone. There you guys go. And definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps out a lot and is greatly appreciated. If anyone still has any other questions or anything you want me to go over, let me know. We'll probably be wrapping up somewhat soon. And then we'll have the video up hopefully tonight. Going over, or I should say tomorrow morning, early tomorrow morning. Hopefully. Going over all the things. As long as I don't crash again. Didn't I crash last week? I hate when that happens because it throws off my entire Monday schedule. Including what time the video gets up. But I have plenty of caffeine in the house now, so should hopefully be up. I just need to make sure not to drink it too early. I need to drink it at like 1 a.m. or midnight or so. If I drink it any earlier than that, I'm gonna like crash at the wrong time. Did you notice Osia's tome is missing? Is it? I haven't used it recently. I was using it earlier this week for the event. Well, what do you mean by missing? What is this missing of which you speak? Let's see. Weapon. It's right there. I see his tome. I see nothing missing. It is right there. I haven't really used it since like Tuesday or Wednesday or so. But no, it's still there. Has not disappeared yet. There has been some instances where some weapons have disappeared in the past. There's a really weird glitch where they would like show up in your team, but they wouldn't show up when you search for them. That glitch has happened in the past. But I haven't seen it recently. It doesn't have that thing that says how many gems? The gem count? Oh, interesting. I wasn't paying attention to that. Well, you kind of already know beforehand, though. Like, if your entire team is blue elemental, you're exploding the entire board. That's kind of weird that's not showing the ratio anymore, because I'm pretty sure it was at the beginning of the week, because I recall showing it on, like, Monday or Tuesday or so. Like, when we were messing around with it. That's weird that it's not showing boost ratio. Though in all fairness, that is one that doesn't matter too much if it shows boost ratio or not. Because generally your team is built in such a way where you're exploding the entire board, so whatever number it says doesn't normally matter, luckily. It's not like something where you need to know the exact value of. In that case, you just know it does a bunch of explosions and basically clears the board. But some things you need to know for exact damage. That is definitely not one of them, though, luckily. Especially on a Guild War week. I'll catch you later, Isabel. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, you're a bit under the weather. I hope you get better soon. Hope you have a good night as well. And yeah, we'll probably be calling it soon as well. Let's see, we'll take that over. Probably after we get our next chest. Call it a wrap for tonight. Because we're not going to be topping a Nisha, unless we get like a double Nisha, or even just another Nisha. Theoretically, getting another Nisha tops the fact that you just got a Nisha previously. Because it's more than one. So realistically, the only way you really top it is with like a double Nisha. Or a first ever triple. We've gotten double Nisha like 3 or 4 times now. We've still not seen the elusive triple. It will eventually happen. Statistically, it should happen at some point. Let's see, how many hours are we at? We are at 13,372 hours. Eventually it will happen. By like 15,000 hours, hopefully. Obviously not all those time was it existing. Or, you know, the mechanic of being able to find them. Well, so that number's starting to get really big. Sometime next year we might hit 15,000. Which is pretty insane. Out of any game, I still have like a location where you can go to that shows the exact amount of time I've played. Gems of War is definitely the highest. It's not the most time I've ever had in the game, but it's the most time I have in any game where I can like show definitive proof that we've played for that long. Because I think I have more overall time in like the entirety of RuneScape, but it's across so many accounts. Some which I don't even have anymore. That there'd be no way to really track it properly. Whereas luckily, Steam does. Unless we didn't get anything good from that chest. I said that'd be the last one. That's the problem with Explore 12. Like, you always want to go, like, just one more chest. So we're gonna go one more chest. And only one more. Oh, sorry, Defiant, I didn't see your question. Okay, you got, you're about to run Pure Faction. What is the name of the troop you need to run 4 of? The one that does true damage. I forget its name. Something Wisp? Isn't it called, like, Nexus Wisp? It has, like, Wisp in its name. It's the one that does true damage. Just spam, like, 1 billion of them and you probably win. It's either double that into double Mythic, or sorry, a double Legend, I mean. Or just go 4 of it and see what happens. I ran Tank, double Nexus, Lifesteal thing, and then 1 of the Legends. However, 2-2 and 4 of just a lifesteal might also work. Yeah, Void Wisp, that's the one. That would be its name. Yeah, the biggest issue on the final battle is the enemy's Void Wisp. Void Wisp is so viable that your only threat is the enemy's Void Wisp, especially because that's stealthy. Luckily, it's in first slot. If they would have put it in something that wasn't first slot, that would actually be a really hard faction. Luckily, it's in first, so it's not as bad as it could possibly be. Because if you get lucky enough, you can kill it with skulls. We almost were able to, but then he started stealing too much life. Because the problem is you're creating like a bunch of purple every single turn, and he also benefits from that purple. Alright, final chest time. You still lost with it? Interesting. Yeah, I personally didn't end up running it with that. If you want to run the exact team I ran when we did it, it was one of the tank, double of the Wisp, the life-stealing one, and then one of the Legends. The issue with that, though, is they ended up overkilling my Legend, and then he died. Which means you might want to double up the Legend and not go to tank and go double Void Wisp into double Legend. I just assume 4 Void Wisp would work. However, I haven't actually used 4 Void Wisp for it. But it should work. You just have to prioritize making sure the first one's always casting. Like, pretty much any time the first one can cast, you need a cast. Because that will keep him tanky. So that he doesn't die. Hey! We end on an Anu! The game knows we're about to end a stream. It loves ending with Anus. We have, like, a statistical higher chance of just getting an Anu on the final chest. I'm not sure what it is about it. It's not guaranteed. But we just, like, have a higher ratio for whatever reason of the very last chest having Anus. By at least, like, double, triple margin for some reason. But anyways, guys, I'm going to be calling it for now. We will be back tomorrow night, same time as always, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tomorrow we'll be doing all of the Chapter 7, or sorry, Week 7, Chapter 7, Week 7 tasks. Hopefully they will actually work next week. They should. The only reason they were kind of buggy this week was because it was Nexus. We're also going to be getting compensated for those 3 points, which means if you're on normal pass, you should be at 800. Or, well, everyone should be at 800 pretty much, unless you have the bigger one. So that should be possible because we'll have the 3 points restored. Aside from that, that also means normal Pete side also gets Wild Orb. It's a really underwhelming weapon. I might still go over it tomorrow night, though. I don't think we're going to cover a video on it because it's pretty underwhelming. It's not like a Flask where it's literally like the entire meta. It's like one of the top 10 weapons in the game, maybe even top 5. Wild Orb is pretty underwhelming. It's like a mid-tier weapon, but you're very rarely going to use it unless you really want to build around wild cards, because it's currently the only way Hero can create wild cards. So that's like the main gimmick that it has, and probably the only useful thing. But overall, it's pretty underwhelming, which is a good sign of how underwhelming the Mythic's going to be, because the Mythic is basically like the worst possible roll on Wild Orb with an AoE hit for 20 mana costs, which is extremely bad. Even Wild Orb is better than that, and Wild Orb isn't even good, which is concerning, because that means this Mythic is going to be horrifically bad. It might even be below the middle half. Now, in all fairness, it is a dragon, and dragons have been so absurdly bad in the current state of the game. I'm not sure why they keep releasing such horrible dragons, but they are continuing with the theme. It's even from Dragon's Claw, too. Which is kind of unfortunate. Wait, is this thing from Dragon's Claw as well? No, it's from Silverglade. That's weird. Interesting. It's kind of all over the place. Normally, they kind of put it all in one kingdom. This time around, it's kind of like split what kingdom it's on. Anyways, guys. Oh, wait, one other question. Jason, let's see. You make it just in time to say goodbye? Yes. Hello, Jason. Goodbye, Jason. Pure Faction on second try with 4 Wisp today. Nice, you got it. Yeah, some people have been having some trouble with it. It's definitely going to take a few attempts, but it can be done. If you don't have it done yet, do make sure to do it. It has, what, 5 hours left? That just says it right there. You have 4 hours and 52 minutes left, exactly. And then we'll go cover the video at around that time. Or I should say a few hours after that time, because obviously I can't record it immediately and get it up and everything. But we'll get it up pretty soon. Go over all the Monday stuff, Soulforge, all that normal jazz. And go from there. Anyways, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, wonderful holidays, and I'll catch you guys soon. Goodbye, everyone. And thank you so much for watching, as always. Greatly appreciated. Catch you guys soon. Goodbye.